Indirā Ekādaśī. Yudhishthira Maharaj said, O Madhusudana, O killer of Madhu demon, what is the name of the Ekadashi that occurs during the dark fortnight of the months of Ashvina, like September, October? Please describe its glories to me. The Supreme Personality of God, Lord Sri Krishna, then replied, This holiday is called Indirā Ekādaśī. If a person fasts on this day, all his sins are eradicated and his forefathers who have fallen into hell are liberated. O best of kings, one who simply hears about this sacred Ekadashi achieves the great merit earned by performing a horse sacrifice. In the Satya Yuga, there lived a king named Indrasena, who was so powerful that he destroyed all his enemies. His kingdom was called Mahismati Puri. The glorious and highly religious king Indrasena took good care of his subjects, and therefore he was rich in gold, grains, sons and grandsons. He was greatly devoted to Lord Sri Vishnu as well. He especially enjoyed chanting my name, calling out Govinda, Govinda. In this way, King Indrasena systematically dedicated himself to pure spiritual life and spent much time meditating on the absolute truth. One day, as King Indrasena happily and peacefully presided over his assembly, the perfect orator Narada Muni was sent descending. White as a conch, shining like the moon, like a jasmine flower, like a lightning bolt, Narada Muni descended from the sky. He is decorated with matted locks of reddish hair. The king offered Devarshi Narada, the saint among the demigods, great respect by greeting him with joined palms, inviting him into the palace, offering him a comfortable seat, washing his feet and speaking sweet words of welcome. Then Narada Muni said to Maharaja Indrasena, O king, are the 7 limbs of your kingdom prospering? Is your mind absorbed in thinking of how you can properly perform your occupational duty? Are you becoming more and more devoted and dedicated to the service of the Supreme Lord Sri Vishnu? The king replied, By your kind grace, O greatest of sages, everything is quite well. Today by your presence, all the sacrifices in my kingdom are successful. Please show me mercy and explain the reason for your kind visit here. Sri Narada, the sage among the demigods, then said, O lion among kings, listen to my astonishing words. When I descended from Brahmaloka to Yamaloka, Lord Yamaraja praised me very graciously and offered me an excellent seat. As I glorified his truthfulness and wonderful service to the Supreme Lord, I noticed your father in Yamaraja's assembly. Though he had been very religious because he broke an Ekadashi fast prematurely, he had to go to the Yamaloka. Your father gave me a message for you. He said, In Mahismati lives a king named Indrasena. Please tell him about my situation here, that because of my past sinful deeds I have somehow been forced to reside in Yamaraja's kingdom. Please give him this message from me. O son, kindly observe the coming Indirā Ekādaśī and give much in charity so I can go upward to heaven. Narad continued, Just to deliver this message, O king, have I come to you. You should help your father by observing the fast of Indirā Ekādaśī. By the merit you gain, your father will go to heaven. King Indrasena asked, O great Naradaji, please be merciful and tell me specifically how to observe a fast on Indirā Ekādaśī, and also tell me during what months and on what day it occurs. Narada Muni replied, O king, please listen as I describe to you the full process of observing the Indirā Ekādaśī. This Ekadashi occurs during the dark fortnight of the month of Ashvina, on Dashami, the day before Ekadashi. Rise early in the morning, take bath, and then do some service for God with full face. At noon, bath again in running water, and then offer oblations to your forefathers with faith and devotion. Be sure not to eat more than once on this day, and at night sleep on the floor. When you awaken on Ekadashi morning, cleanse your mouth and teeth thoroughly, and then with deep devotion for the Lord take this sacred vow. Today I shall fast completely and give up all kinds of sense enjoyment. O lotus-eyed Supreme Personality of God, O infallible One, please give me shelter at your lotus feet. At noon stand before the sacred form of the Sri Shaligrama, Shila, and worship him faithfully, following all the rules and regulations. Then offer oblations to your forefathers. Next, feed qualified brahmanas and offer them some charity according to your means. Now take the food you offered to your forefathers, smell it, and then offer it to cow. Next, worship Lord Hrishikesha with incense and flowers. And finally, remain awake all night near the deity of Lord Sri Keshava. Early in the morning of the next day, Dvadashi, worship Sri Hari with great devotion and invite brahmanas to a sumptuous feast. Then feed your relatives, and finally take your meal in silence. O king, if you strictly observe a fast on Indirā Ekādaśī in this way, with controlled senses, your father will surely be elevated to the abode of Lord Vishnu. After saying this, Devashi Narada immediately disappeared. King Indrasena followed the great saint instructions perfectly, observing the fast in the association of his relatives and servants. As he broke his fast on Dvadashi, flowers fell from the sky. The merit that Indrasena earned by observing this fast released his father from the kingdom of Yamaraja and caused him to attain a completely spiritual body. Indeed, Indrasena saw him rising to the abode of Lord Hari on the back of Garuda. Indrasena himself was able to rule his kingdom without any obstacles, and in time when he handed over the kingdom to his son and also went to Vaikunta. O Yudhishthira, these are the glories of the Indirā Ekādaśī, which occurs during the dark fortnight of the months of Ashvina. Whoever hears or reads this narration certainly enjoys life in this world, is freed of all reactions to his past sins, and at the time of death returns back. O Yudhishthira, these are the glories of Indirā Ekādaśī, which occurs during the dark fortnight of the months of Ashvina. Whoever hears or reads this narration certainly enjoys life in this world, is freed of all reactions to his past sins, and at the time of death returns home, back to God, where he lives eternally. Thus ends Vrijavasi narration of the glories of Ashvina Krishna Ekadashi of Indirā Ekādaśī from the Brahma Vaivarata Purana.